Good evening and welcome to our nightly news program. I'm your host, Karim Fazakari, bringing you the latest updates from around the world live on All 24 News Channel from the capital, Algiers. In today's headlines, Algeria shows interest in joining new development bank, strengthening financial ties with BRICS, a move highly appreciated by President Rousseff and the institution's board of directors. Sudanese people lose hope for Eid al-Adha ceasefire amid escalating clashes, dire humanitarian crisis and economic struggles. Also ahead, Zionist forces detain 30 Palestinians in West Bank and East al-Quds amid ongoing tensions, and Palestinian presidency responds to Netanyahu's comments calling for independent state as solution for regional stability. And Defense Minister makes surprise visit to Ukraine after Wagner mutiny, coinciding with Ukrainian President visit to military units where he honors dedicated soldiers. Hello again and welcome to the program. Let's start by bringing you the latest news from Algeria. In a phone call, Qatari Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani wished Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune a happy Eid al-Adha and prosperity for all Algerian people and Algeria. President Tebboune thanked the Emir for his greetings and conveyed, his own congratulations. They discussed the strong relations between Algeria and Qatar and agreed to hold a meeting to strengthen these ties. Algeria has officially expressed its interest in joining the new development bank, a prominent financial institution within the BRICS group. Algerian Minister of Finance Aziz Fayed held discussions with new Development Bank President Delma Rousseff during the summit for a new global financial pact. The Algerian Ministry of Finance released a statement affirming the country's request to join the new Development Bank was highly appreciated by President Rousseff and the institution's board of directors. Algerian Prime Minister Mr. Ayman bin Abdurrahman met with Sultan Ahmed bin Sulaiman, Chairman and CEO of Dubai Ports World Group, during his working visit to Algeria. The meeting, held at the government palace, aimed to explore collaborations and enhance Algeria's maritime sector and port infrastructure, emphasizing the country's focus on developing logistics and free trade zones. Algerian Prime Minister Ayman bin Abdurrahman met with Secretary General of the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, Jamal Issa Al-Lugani, during his working visit to Algeria. The meeting, held at the government palace, focused on strengthening the existing cooperation and coordination between Algeria and the OAPAC. It aimed to enhance the organization's activities and role in the energy sector while staying updated on regional and international developments. The talks explored avenues for further collaboration, showcasing Algeria's commitment to its role in the organization and staying abreast of energy-related developments. OAPAC Secretary General Jamal Issa Al-Lugani is currently visiting Algeria to enhance cooperation in the hydrocarbon and energy sectors. The visit aims to strengthen ties between Algeria and OAPAC. Zahra Farjani reporting.
In an effort to enhance the existing cooperation and coordination between oil exporting Arab countries, Algeria seeks to provide ways to develop work mechanisms of the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries in achieving common goals and addressing regional energy-related challenges. In fact, Algerian Minister of Energy and Mines Mohamed Arqab discussed with OAPAC Secretary General Jamal Issa Al-Lugani, currently on a 3-day visit to Algeria, the organization restructuring project, underlining the importance of redoubling efforts and strengthening consultations between oil exporting countries of the Arab world, as well as reinforcing its regional and international role and devising strategies to adapt to evolving developments.
تطرقنا مع أخي العزيز سعادة أمين العام.
With my dear brother, His Excellency the Secretary General of OAPEC, we touched on the long and short-term future actions and all the actions that Algeria will participate in the organization to develop and provide everything necessary. We also tackled the training programs and technological work carried out by the organization in the petroleum industry.
We discussed and exchanged views regarding business development in the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, and we were briefed on the developments in the organization, as well as the latest preparations for the Energy Conference to be held in the state of Qatar.
On the sidelines of the OAPEC Secretary General's visit to Algeria, the organization signed with the Algerian Institute of Petroleum a memorandum of understanding to intensify technical cooperation in the field of training.
Today, a cooperation agreement was signed by the Arab Organization for the exchange of expertise and experiences among the various Arab countries affiliated to the organization.
These efforts culminated in the signing of a memorandum of understanding for cooperation in the field of training between Algerian Petroleum Institute and OAPEC. We hope through this memorandum that our efforts will be combined to provide all the expertise required for workers in the petroleum industry, as human staff is the vital part of the industry.
The discussions between Algeria and OAPEC hold immense importance for both parties. By deepening their cooperation, they can enhance energy stability, promote sustainable development, and leverage their resources to meet the evolving demands of the region. This partnership will also enable them to play a more influential role in the international energy landscape. As Algeria and OAPEC strive to fortify their ties, the potential for mutually beneficial collaboration in the energy sector becomes increasingly promising.
Still with energy-related news, OPEC Secretary General Haytham Al-Ghais predicts global energy demand to reach 110 million barrels per day by 2045, a 23% increase from current levels. Despite record renewables growth, fossil fuels still make up 82% of global energy supply, according to the industry statistical review of World Energy Report.
Every data-based forecast that I have seen shows that oil is irreplaceable for the foreseeable future. In our World Oil Outlook, we see global oil demand rising to 110 million barrels a day by 2045, and oil still making up about 29% of the energy mix by then. A massive energy expansion is required as we see the global economy more than doubling in size and the world's population reaching 9.5 billion by 2045.
Al-Ghais also stated that in spite of other energy sources such as gas and hydrogen expanding, oil will remain an integral part of the mix. Let's take a listen.
The importance of market stability is not only vital for the short term, it is critical for the longer term too. In OPEC's World Oil Outlook, we see global energy demand increasing by 23% through 2045. And I see no credible way to address this without utilizing all available energy sources and with energy market stability as a guiding light.
Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf met with Burkina Faso's Special Advisor Driss Ouattara, who is on a working visit. They discussed bilateral relations, economic cooperation and political coordination. They also addressed regional developments, including the security situation in the Sahel region and Western Sahara. It's worth mentioning that Attaf received a written message from Burkina Faso's transitional president for Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune.
With his authorization, His Excellency, the Transitional President of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, I came with a message to His Excellency, the President of Algeria, which is a message of brotherhood and friendship that we want to develop between the Algerian and Burkinabe peoples, because we know that Algeria and Burkina Faso have an important history together, and we want to revive it.
Burkina Faso's transitional president Ibrahim Traoré conducted a partial government reshuffle on Sunday. 4 ministers, including those in charge of regional administration, decentralization and security, justice and agriculture, as well as environment, were replaced. However, ministers in key portfolios such as defense, mines, finance, and foreign affairs remained in their positions. In Africa still, Mozambican President Filipe Nyusi emphasized the importance of national reconciliation and ongoing peace efforts during a ceremony in Maputo commemorating Independence Day. Nyusi hailed the completion of the country's DDR, or disarmament, demobilization and reintegration process, as a significant achievement for the Mozambican people since gaining independence.
We celebrate Independence Day and call on all the people of Mozambique to work to ensure that peace is effective and lasting, and that from now on political battles must be faithful to peace and to legal and constitutional ways.
A recent oil spill at a Shell facility in Nigeria has resulted in the pollution of farmland and a river, severely impacting the livelihoods of fishing and farming communities in the Niger Delta. The Niger Delta region has long suffered from environmental pollution caused by the oil industry. Although spills are common in area due to the pipeline vandalism and insufficient maintenance, activists are describing the spill, which started on June 11th, as a significant one.
Over 300 fishermen are impacted on that particular spill. So it's a massive spill that has impacted the people. People have come in. Shell, I think they have accepted responsibility for it from what I'm now hearing. And currently, from what I heard, they have clamped the speed point, but the impact can go away for the next 1 year. Cannot go away for the next 1 year. It's massive.
As the day of Eid al-Adha approaches, many Tunisians are facing challenges in affording sheep for sacrifice due to soaring prices and the high inflation in the country. Let's find out more with Salman Asib.
With the economic crisis gripping Tunisia, the cost of sacrificial sheep has surged, making it difficult for many Tunisians to participate in Eid al-Adha celebrations. Since the price of muttons has reached a staggering 1,000 dinars, more than double the minimum wage in the country.
The sheep I bought last year was for 750 dinars. This year I'm in the market where the lamb is sold, and I found the same size for 900 dinars. Look at the increase. There is a huge inflation now. 1,000 Tunisian dinars do not cover anything anymore.
Traditionally, the Burj Al Amri market is bustling with farmers bringing their sheep for sale. But this year, the situation is different. Farmers claim they are struggling to make profits due to inflation and a lack of support for wheat and barley crops.
There's no profit this year. Go to any farmer, you won't see any smiling. I have many friends of mine here who are farmers. No one is happy. They are angry all the time, and they are all selling their farms.
Last year we produced about 1,200,000 sheep for the Eid, but the production this year is around 880,000 sheep, which is a decrease of about 20 to 25%. We refuse to import sheep. We're present in the supply committee of the Farmers Union, and we refuse to import in order to encourage our farmers. Isn't it enough that they are losing, so we come and bring from abroad and add to his loss?
This isn't the first time Tunisia has faced economic challenges. Last year, the country experienced a dairy crisis, as many farmers were forced to sell their cows due to rising costs. The shortage of milk further exacerbated the economic problems. As the economic crisis persists in Tunisia, the rising prices of sacrificial sheep pose a significant obstacle for many Tunisians who wish to celebrate Eid al-Adha. The government and relevant authorities will need to address these challenges to ensure that the religious and cultural traditions of the people can be upheld.
In a related matter, millions of pilgrims have gathered in Mina, northeast of Mecca, as part of the annual Hajj pilgrimage. They will spend the day in prayer before proceeding to Mount Arafat, a significant location where the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, delivered his final sermon. Despite the scorching heat, preparations are in full swing in Mina to cater to the need of over 1.8 million pilgrims who have already arrived in the kingdom. The Hajj is set to commence on Tuesday.
Thank God, after we gathered in Riyadh, we reached Mina and found everything ready, from food, air conditioning in the camps, and drinks, thanks to the organizers. Great efforts were put into providing the service for the pilgrims.
I cannot express my feelings. I have been waiting to attend Hajj for years. Every year I say that it will be next year. This year, thank God, I'm attending Hajj. My God answered my prayers. We arrived at the camp and were welcomed. The camp is comfortable and clean. Everything about it is good. We received the warmest welcome.
Sudanese people despair for a ceasefire during Eid al-Adha due to escalating clashes and worsening humanitarian conditions. The war has severely impacted the country's economy and purchasing power. Let's have more details with Usama Ayadi this time.
With just few hours ahead of Eid al-Adha, Sudanese people lament the fact that they cannot celebrate this Muslim holiday properly. With the escalation of fighting in many regions of the country between the Sudanese army and the rapid support forces, the war forced all people who remain in Sudan, or even those who could flee, to live in constant fear from the war or its consequences.
It's the first time I spent Eid away from Sudan and alone. I never thought I would leave Sudan because I don't even have a passport. If it weren't for this war, I wouldn't have left Sudan.
Tension between the warring parties have widened to the region of Blue Nile for the first time since the start of the war in mid-April. The Blue Nile Governorate reported on Monday that the army had repelled an attack by rapid support forces on many military bases in the region. In Khartoum, where the fighting is witnessing its highest tension, the rapid support forces announced the seizure of the main base of a heavily armed police unit as it sought an edge in its war with the army during heavy fighting. The Sudanese army, for its part, did not immediately comment on the statement.
This is for the people who say how we came here. Here we are. We found it as it is. As you can see, the tanks and vehicles owned by the Central Reserve Police Unit, all of them. The Central Reserve Police Unit is all in the hands of the courageous man. This is what we found. You come and you see for yourselves.
The ongoing fighting has eroded the purchasing power of the nation as the country lives a devastated economic situation. People are still suffering in all quarters of the country as they have lost hope for a ceasefire, at least during the days of Eid al-Adha.
The African Peace and Security Council supports the establishment of a demilitarized zone in Khartoum as part of the IGAD ceasefire initiative for Sudan. They emphasize the immediate demilitarization of Khartoum and an unconditional cessation of hostilities. The Council commends IGAD's efforts in resolving the Sudan conflict. To the Middle East now. In the ongoing situation in Palestine, the Zionist occupation forces conducted a series of arrests on Monday, detaining 30 Palestinians from the West Bank and East al-Quds. According to the Palestinian Prisoners Club, the arrests took place primarily in Ramallah, Tulkarem, Bethlehem, and Hebron. 13 Palestinians were targeted in the West Bank, while 17 were arrested by Zionist police forces in East al-Quds, including several individuals who were previously released from prison. Still in the same context, the presidency of Palestine issued a statement reacting to Benjamin Netanyahu's comments over blocking the path of Palestinians' hopes to establish an independent state. The presidency spokesman Nabil Abu Rudayneh said the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East al-Quds as its capital is the only solution to achieve security and stability in the region.
The establishment of an independent Palestinian state with Al-Quds as its capital is the only solution to achieve security and stability. The Palestinian state exists and is recognized by more than 140 countries, and it only needs to end the occupation to materialize its independence. Netanyahu's statements show the world the true Israeli intentions that reject international legitimacy and international law, and that there is no Israeli partner that wants to achieve peace based on international legitimacy.
To the Russia-Ukraine conflict now, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu appeared for the first time since Wagner's mutiny in a visit to the military headquarters in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President made a visit to units of the Tالية operational strategic group and thanked soldiers for their loyalty and courage during their service. More details with Sofian Kentori.
Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu made his first appearance since the deal to end the armed mutiny by the Wagner mercenary group. During his meeting in Ukraine, Shoigu discussed the formation of new reserve forces for the Zapad military grouping, highlighting the Russian army's efficiency in detecting and neutralizing enemy targets. For the Ukrainian side, President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Tالية operational strategic group, showing support to soldiers who have fought against Russian troops in the intense battle of the Bakhmut sector.
Everyone in the country understands, so you know, those who are on the front line, everyone understands perfectly that you are doing the most difficult work today, and everyone knows that eastern direction is very difficult. It's very hard and long fighting. That's why I'm convinced that it's precisely you that are greatly contributing to our future victory.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces have recaptured their 9th village in this month as part of the ongoing offensive. Ukrainian officials signal that the main push is yet to come.
The fighters of the 2nd Battalion of the 31st Mechanized Brigade liberated the village of Rivnopil. Glory to Ukraine.
Amidst Ukrainian claims, Russian Defense Ministry announced successful achievement of their goals in the military operations against artillery ammunition depots and the destruction of 19 Ukrainian unnamed aerial vehicles.
Over the past 24 hours, the armed forces of Ukraine continued to attempt offensive operations in the Donetsk, Krasnodar and South Donetsk directions. Tonight, the armed forces of the Russian Federation launched a group strike with sea-based long-range precision weapons against artillery ammunition depots, including those delivered to Ukraine from Western countries. The goals of the attack have been achieved. All assigned objects are hit.
Amidst the most serious political crisis in Russia, internal and external rallying efforts for President Vladimir Putin continue. The Russian Prime Minister urged cabinet members to stand united behind the president, while China's foreign ministry expressed support and confidence in Russia's ability to maintain national stability. The situation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict remains tense, with military developments and political dynamics at play.
To a lighter note now, as Eid al-Adha is at the door, Muslims around the world are facing challenges in buying or selling sheep for sacrifice, I'm saying. Let's delve into the situation with Islam Sid.
Livestock markets from North Africa to the Middle East are bustling with activity as people seek to purchase sheep for the upcoming Eid al-Adha celebrations. However, buyers are finding it increasingly difficult to afford sacrificial animals due to the skyrocketing prices.
The demand is less than last year. Till now and tomorrow is the eve of Eid. The demand is less by 25 to 30%. With these prices, not everyone can buy sacrificial animals, even those who intend to do so. When they check the prices, they change their minds.
People come to the market hoping to buy sheep, but the prices are simply unaffordable, making them reluctant. They say it's disheartening because sacrificing an animal is an integral part of religious observance. As for sellers, it's a challenging situation for them too. In Algeria, the scenes are no different. Many Algerians are expressing their frustration over the soaring prices of sheep, making it difficult for everyone to afford them.
Yes, I bought a sheep this year, but I think that they are very expensive. It varies between 75,000 dinars and 140,000 dinars, which is not affordable to everyone. But I see that people are buying, which means that there is a certain purchasing power. People who have very good salaries can buy, while others don't.
Some farmers say the high prices of fodder have had a direct impact on the cost of sheep, while others affirm droughts have resulted in a shortage of grazing areas for the animals, further exacerbating the situation.
Selling is low. People complain and say they are unable to buy, and the prices are exorbitant because the price of livestock food has risen.
Eid al-Adha, also known as the Feast of Sacrifice, is celebrated by approximately 1.9 billion Muslims worldwide. It involves the ritual sacrifice of animals, particularly sheep, with the meat distributed to the less fortunate. However, this year's celebration is marked by the global economic crisis, impacting the affordability of sacrificial animals for many Muslims. As we approach Eid al-Adha, both buyers and sellers face challenges due to the high prices in the livestock market.
That's the end of our news program for tonight, but do stay tuned for this channel for more news around the world. Or you can follow our social media platforms. I'm Karim Zachary signing off. Till next time, take care.